Hi everybody, it's David Fleming here from the Toronto Realty blog, and welcome to this week's Pick 5. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the summer is over. I'm sorry. The good news is NFL football. No, the good news is the fall market is upon us. Now, the first day back, does it not feel like we're going to school? Anybody? Honest to God, I was telling my wife the other night, I was saying, you watch, tomorrow morning, it'll be like 6 degrees colder, there'll be dew on the front lawn, kids out riding bikes, there's backpacks, we're looking around, it just feels like we are going to school. That was the crazy thing about going back to school. I just remember it was like, I can't believe this is happening. It was just June. Or if you're in university, April. Anyways, yes, we're back. I'm happy to be back. I'm in my cool new office. I'm wearing a suit today and it's the hottest day of the year. Didn't do the math on that one. But guess what? The market is alive and well with new listings. I told you this would happen, and it did. We're starting to see listings pour in. Some areas, like I was looking at, for example, C2, 3, and 4, over $2 million. It's insane how much product is on the market. Now, for those buyers, great. Tons of inventory means, maybe prices might come down or at least stay the same. But in other areas of the city, we've got what we've got, which is, of course, we still have low inventory, we still have high demand. So, as you saw from the title today, I wanted to look at entry-level condos listed at $499. Now, listed at $499. Did I put that in italics? Because it should be. That's the point, is that they're listed at $499. So the toughest part of the market that I think we're going to see this fall is exactly that, $499 condos. I thought we would start off with that this week. Some of you want to see houses, some of you want to see areas, I know, but I just thought this would be very interesting. There's so much to talk about here. Let me get my thoughts together. The first thing I want to look at with these listings is, do they have an offer date, right? Pretty simple. Now, one of these listings has offers anytime. One of these listings have offers with a 48-hour irrevocable, and 3 of them have a holdback on offers. So I'll tell you that right off the bat. I mean, hey, that's what? I'm literally trying to count right now. Let's say 3.5 have no offer date because of the 48 hours. So the second thing I want to look at with these, what's the price per square foot? What are we looking at here? And does it have a parking space? Because that's huge too. I believe there are, let me see, of the listings that are $499, could have done this beforehand, 2 of the 5 have a parking space. So there's just so many factors here that are going to determine how these things end up being sold. And I guess if you work backwards, how they're being priced. Does the unit have any outdoor space? Specifically, where are they located? How old's the building? There's so much to talk about with $499K condos, and I think it's tremendously important for some of you guys, if you're interested in this, you're just starting your entry-level search. Think about all those things combined. Let's wrap it up in ball and try to make sense of this craziness. Okay, so take a look here at the map. These are the properties we're going to look at. We're always trying to stay within the downtown core because that's where all the action is. So let's look at the first one, 208 Queens Quay, Unit 1101. Now, Queens Quay is what? It's by the water. So when we're looking by the water, the very first thing we want to see is, anyone? The view. This faces north. See that? I'm going to highlight it. Maybe you can highlight it in red or something. Okay, great. So it faces north. So we've got a north-facing waterfront unit, which to me completely defeats the purpose of being down by the water. But again, we're at $498, $800. We're trying to see, is this thing going to sell for $499? Remains to be seen. So I will show you this as we scroll down. Offers welcome anytime. Okay, great. Offers welcome anytime. No offers welcome anytime with 48 hours. It's just offers anytime. So we'll take a look at the photos here. 2 photos of the outside of the building, just for good measure. So what we have in here, in addition to this awful green glass thing that's in every one of these units, what we have here is very, very common. We have a very awkward, angular shaped unit. So for those of you that are looking at square footage, because you're looking at price per square foot, there is a difference between a rectangle condo and how that square footage should be valued and an awkward shaped condo like this. I don't think you can go apples to apples. Now, the seller, the listing agent, they would disagree. But when I see things like this, so check out the distance here and here. There's a gap in the floor. Check out the distance between here and here. What does this do? What space do you have here? There's probably not a lot to work with. Then what do you do here? It's too narrow for a dining table, but it's too wide for bar stools. We've got a jut, a jut, a jut, an awkward angle here, and another jut, and this. Let's continue looking because this is a really tough. This is probably the best photo of the lot. It makes it look square when it's not. Oh, look, somewhere to plug in my Bell home telephone and tell the age of the building here. So we've got standard white appliances, we've got a granite countertop. The rest of the finishes are very basic, really cheap cabinets, really cheap original appliances everywhere. We already saw that photo. Why am I not surprised? So you can see here's the lead in from the front. So you walk right into the kitchen, and then this is exactly what I'm talking about. See the distance here? And then it triangles out this way. What are you going to use this space for? You pay by the square foot, right? Oh, great view of the rooftop of that building. And that's just mind-blowing here. Look at this awkward space. I don't like it. I would consider buying it as an investor because you're renting it out. I still think if you're selling it down the line, the resale buyer is going to think the same thing I am. But this is the one of the lot that does not have an offer date. So there you go. And there's your bedroom. Okay, so you don't have a window, but you do have a closet, I would assume. Are they going to show us a photo of this? No, they're not. Okay. Well, that's too bad. Holy moly, this thing's a mess. Look at this, wires hanging down and everything. Okay. There you go. I told you there was another closet, or did I even finish that thought? No, I think I thought it in my head and then trailed off. Now, as bedrooms go, this only fits a double. So, welcome home, him, and welcome home, her. Now get into your double bed. Okay, so good to start on there. I obviously don't love this one, but you could do worse. You could be homeless. We always say we could do worse. I hate that expression. It could be worse. Of course it could be worse. It could always be worse. That's my pessimist thinking. Okay, let's move on here. So now we've got 250 Wellington Street. 250 Wellington and 270 Wellington, the icon, built in 2003. I know this because I got into the business in 2003. I can't believe this is 15 years old. So $499, one bed, one bath. We've got parking, we've got an outdoor space, north facing from the 17th floor, got a clear view. And that is, let me see here, $869 a square foot. So, I mean, that sounds too good to be true, right? $869 a square foot for someone not from Toronto. Are you really watching this right now? $499,000 for a one bedroom condo. Guess what? Let me show you something. This is a house. This is a house in Kingston, Ontario. This is a frickin' house in Kingston, Ontario. Look at this, right? We're talking about $499,000 for a one bedroom condo, $869 a square foot. This is a house. You guys know where this is going. Some of you are already being cynical and saying, yeah, well, it's in Kingston. And we could do that. We could play that game all day. Hey, Mario. No, that's Luigi. No, that's Mario. He has an M on his hat. Okay, so can you guess how much that house was? $175,000. $175,000. That's crazy. And so now we're talking about how this, what did I say? There seems to be something wrong with it. It's only $869 a square. Yeah, well, look, they are holding back offers on this. Now, this is interesting. You know what? I'll scroll down. We're behind the Virtual Office website, right? Okay, so let me show you this. See this? Offer registered. Offers now being reviewed Wednesday, September 5th at 7 p.m. Please register by 5 p.m. So they got a bully offer. Now, I will say that this agent did what all agents should do, which is update the, I bleep myself, the gosh darn listing. Update the listing. Call all the agents that have booked appointments. Call all the agents that have expressed interest. Tell them there's an offer so they don't waste their time. Because the other night I went and showed a property. I called the agent to inquire, and she said that she just sold it. Well, she worked for a commercial firm north of the city. I guess that's an excuse. So yeah, this one's probably going to be sold by the time you guys view this on Thursday. But let's take a look at it anyways. They were holding back offers, and part of me says, geez, I don't know, the price was already, you know, it looks on paper 869 square foot low, but based on the comp, it looked, you know, reasonable. So they've got a walk-through kitchen. Here you go. You can actually see it in the side. I was just about to talk about that. Okay, so you've got that walk-through kitchen. You can see the side of the stove, dining, living. I love the long flow-through here. The one questionable part, and they're really not showing us the actual kitchen, the one questionable part is that layout. So you know I love square plans. You know I love areas with no wasted space, unlike the first one. So there you go. Now you can see you've got this rounded kind of kitchen. This might be a little bit of dead space. You could put an island here if you wanted to. You could put an IKEA trolley. You could do some neat things with the space. This is really the honest man's four-person table. I mean, first of all, these chairs suck. If you invite me over, I'm not sitting in that chair. I will literally eat McDonald's, okay? You can wear pajamas. I don't care, but I'm not sitting in that chair. I'm not, you know, a yuppie. It's not about the food. It's not about what you wear. Just not sitting in that plastic chair. Okay, I got back problems, all right? So, honest man's table, 4-person, maybe not. I think you could probably spread that a little bit further into this area, so I do like that floor plan. And there you see the kitchen again. Okay, God, I remember the first unit I sold in here was $255,000. I'm gonna do that now, I'm gonna be that old man. Cool, I don't know how you get by here, but congratulations on fitting a king-size bed in this bathroom. Okay, so let me just zip through this 17th floor. I also remember when none of this was here, you used to look down on the patio at, what was that place people went to after work? Oh my God, it's gonna bother me. I'm gonna keep thinking, and if I don't think of it, we're gonna cut this part. Schmooze. Schmooze. Yes, it was called Schmooze. Ah, nailed that. You look down the patio at Schmooze. I think it's Mercer Street. Okay. Glad that's out of the way. Actually, that might be it there. No, that doesn't make any sense. This lens is distorted. I'm literally narrating my inner monologue. Okay, so let's get out of this because I want to show you the comp. So again, $499 with parking. We're going to go to the comp here. This is $490 with parking. This is 588 square feet. It's essentially the same model, and this thing sold in June. So this sold in June for $490, and you know, maybe slightly different layout. Actually, this was the exact model of that one I sold for $255. He then sold it for $315. So this might be a different model. It might be better or worse. Sorry, it is a different model. It might be better or worse. Some people say that that room at the front is dead space. I don't know. I always kind of like this. I remember when he sold it, I went over there. No, this was a friend of his. I went over and they were playing Flip Cup. And I said, this was like years out of university. I said, what are you doing to this beautiful condo I sold you? His friend was making an offer on a property. Great. So that's $490. This is $499. Holding back offers. What am I missing here? Boy, I don't know. Tough one. The interest is there though. That's for sure if they have a bully. So let's check one more thing. Maintenance fees here are $511.06. It's got parking, it's got locker, 588 square feet. Maintenance here is $432. It says 574 square feet. Something's off here. The locker can't make up that much difference. Anyway, sometimes we use the maintenance fees to try to estimate the square footage, but this says 574, that said 588. To me, the price looks a little bit off. When we came into this, I said price per square foot looked a little bit low because it has parking, it's in the entertainment district. The comps would say otherwise. Okay. Our next property here, guys, 1369 Bloor Street West, unit 1315. Now, 584 square feet. It's perfect. It's identical. It's like exactly what we just saw. It was 574. Now, we've got parking as well. We've got an outdoor space as well, and it's the same price. I love making these perfect comparisons. So let's go to the map, which I didn't show you for the last one, so you're going to have to forgive me. So this is a building that I've always liked because there's a ton of value, and it's not just because Value Village is there. Huh? You like that pun? No, it's because of the fact that the Bloor Go is right here, and here's the UP Express. So I say I've always liked that. The UP Express is relatively new. No, I've always liked it because look how far you are from some awesome areas. So first of all, Roncesvalles is right here. You can walk to High Park. You are, of course, very close to the Bloor and Dundas bus station. And then, I don't know, Brockton Village, it's not really my thing. Dufferin Grove, okay. But you're walking distance to a lot of really cool areas, and the price isn't too bad either. So we're looking at, this should be about the same square footage, price per square foot. We're looking at $854 a square. So what does the unit itself look like? Well, this is a slightly older building, no, 2006, slightly newer than the one that we just saw. This is the lobby. This is in the unit, and to me it looks renovated-ish. I think that's a term. The units at the Icon are a little bit tired. It's been 15 years. These things, it's been 12 years, but I don't know, they just stood the test of time a little bit better. This is way too shiny. I don't like this. And I don't like when people display their knives. Can I tell you a story? I'm gonna do one tangent. I used to work with a stager back in the day. I hope you're not watching this. But every time we went into properties, he would say, don't leave your knives on the counter, because I remember one person that did that, she got her throat cut. Why would you say that? That's crazy. Why would you say that? I remember one client basically freaked out and was like, what are you talking about? Why are you telling me this? And not only did she not hire him, but she actually listed with Royal LePage. I blame it on his knife story. Anyways, okay, so we're going back into this unit. Talk about square plans. See this? I don't know what I'm doing with the mouse here. I'm just kind of loosely trying to draw a square. This is the kind of condo that I really, really like because I'm going to go back. You walk in, and again, maybe you say you walk right into your kitchen. That's what your parents would say. Oh, congratulations, you spent $500,000. You walk right into your kitchen, and you're like, Dad, I don't live in Markham anymore. But I like the fact that there's no wasted space here. Okay, there's no odd angles. This here is where you're having your dining room. This is such a square plan. I've seen this 1,000 times, no exaggeration. My first condo at 230 King was like this. This is where your dining room table goes. You open the door, basically bang it into your fridge. Somewhere between 560, 600 square feet. You've got a ton of room here, even though they have this weird ass little futon. Weird ass, I shouldn't say that. But it's a square plan. It's a great floor plan. It's a great footprint. You walk out to a balcony that's got a clear view. Bedroom, good size. IKEA, IKEA, IKEA. What more do you want in an entry-level condo than IKEA? All right. Oh, it has a pool. So, is there a holdback on offer on this one? Those weren't words. Is there a holdback on offers for this one? No. Sort of. Let's take a look. 48 hours irrevocable. Sellers are out of town. Sure they are. 48 hours. What are they doing here? They either think they're priced at market and they just want to see if they get multiple offers. So they're going to hold on to offers for 48 hours, or they are priced under market and they don't want to do the big pomp and circumstance offer date, so they're doing the whole 48 hours thing. So let's take a look at the identical model. 315, 1315, 315, same model. Sold 470 with parking, and this was when? This was in May. Okay, now how did this thing look? Well, not as nice, but cosmetically, I mean, what can you do? How do you put a price on the difference here in cosmetics? It's nominal. I mean, maybe the broadloom here. People hate broadloom. Now, I will say that the third floor facing east, you're probably right over what? A dumpster, a parking garage, where they put the garbage bins outside. So 13th floor has a great view. It also doesn't have the nuisance here, and this sold in May and the market's gone up. So that's 470. I have to think this is worth more than 499. So by all means, if anyone can snag that thing without the 48 hours, or you hang on for dear life during the 48 hours and get it, it is worth that all day. So there is some good news, right? Until we get to, I think, the next one, or the one after. Well, this is the one I was thinking of, but it's not going to sell for $499.99. Okay, so we're in Liberty Village now. So we'll go to our map here. I mean, you don't really need to see this. Bill Johnson Park, named after our in-house legal counsel, of course. It's not actually, but it could be. Hell, if I was him, I'd say it was. Like, seriously, if there was a Dave Fleming Park somewhere, 100% I would say that. Especially if it was in Toronto. Seriously. Every person named Bill Johnston, including our in-house legal counsel, should tell everyone that the park is named after them. In fact, if that was me, I would literally take my kids there. And I would say, guys, this is it. This is where it happened. And then just make up some story. Okay, so you're familiar with this grid? Great. This is Liberty Village. I feel like I'm repeating myself because I've done, I don't know, 700 pick fives. The townhouses, they're amazing. Some of them are tired, okay? I get that. But there will never be any more of them built. No developer will ever build condo townhouses again because there's just no money in them. Now, these things debuted probably around 04, 05, and you go down East Liberty and you are in prime Liberty Village. There is so much there, everything at your fingertips. I've actually got clients that just bought a big townhouse in here, tried to get them to move to Oakville. They didn't want to. Like, you got to move to Oakville. You're planning a family. No, we want to stay in Liberty Village. Everything's here. Everything's at your fingertips. Your banks are over here. Your LCBO is over here. Your West Elm is over here. I'm currently looking at a marble top table with a brass base. My wife seems to like it. I think it's too small, 34 inches. Right? Who can judge? West Elm's over there too. You've got Tim Hortons, Starbucks, and Paul Sachs. It's perfect. Okay. Now the townhouses itself, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little rows of them. There's, as I said, never going to be any more of them unless the city lets somebody build over this little park and this little jail. That was a jail back in the day. Okay, so what do we have here? We have 50 East Liberty, Unit 1132. This is split level. The downstairs, let me show it to you. Okay. I'll go with this photo first, okay? The downstairs. The downstairs has the kitchen, living, and dining, and then, of course, the upstairs has the bedroom. Now, the key with this, to me, is the outdoor space. That's awesome. Now, yes, everyone can see you because I didn't show you on the map, but there's, you know, a little walkway where people walk. It's my first pick 5 back. I'm tired. So there you go. You can see the other side of it. You can have a gas barbecue outside. Of course, they've got one. Perfect photography. So here's your downstairs. It's not huge, but it does a job. Yes, these cabinets are old and red, very red. You've got room for both living and dining. They don't seem to have the dining. Oh, we got the guitar. Never learned to play guitar. Could not have been bothered. Oh, man. Oh, man. I was going to sarcastically say, how do you take 20 photos of the same spot? Like that. Okay, so then we finally go upstairs and you can see, okay, so IKEA, IKEA, IKEA. It's like everyone today in a $499 condo has IKEA. Go figure. So here you've got what looks like a queen size bed. Here's your bathroom. Decent closet space here. There's a different model of this which has an adjacent den, which most people just use as a dressing area. So you can see here the second level kind of overlooks downstairs. There's no soundproofing or anything like that. But that's about it. And Bob's your uncle. I hate that phrase. You know what else I hate? Cool beans. I hate when people say cool beans. What is that? It's just too blasé for me. All right, cool beans. Yeah. Just not happening for Dave Fleming. Okay, so the comps on this, folks, let's take a look. Here we are. Same model, and this sold in May for $503,000, listed at $489,900. Now, was it any better or worse? Oh, they had this little wall here. Popcorn ceiling. It feels a little smaller. No, actually, this feels like my client's model with the den upstairs. No. Unless you turn that way, go. No, it's the same model. I don't know what this photo is of. That looks like a handcuff. So 503 in May, and essentially the same thing. So, you know, what do we think this is going to go for? Well, boy, it's a tough market right now. I mean, 503 in May. Have we seen a 10% rise since May? I don't think so. But that would make this 550. I think that's the upside here. As nuts as that is, I just think that's the upside. I wouldn't pay it. I wouldn't tell a client to pay it. I think it's probably worth $520, $525. And I know that's nuts, right? We're up 5% since May. You know what? Welcome to the condo market, guys. And it's September. This is what happens when there's a lack of inventory. But there is way more pressure at this part of the market. Don't forget. That was the whole point of this Pick 5 today, was that the bottom end, and that is $499 list condos, that's where most of the demand is. And so you know what? On a price per square foot basis, this is going to be a hell of a lot more expensive than those, you know, 2-bed or even 3-bed like I sold to my last clients. Townhouses that are mixed in, you know, might be up here. Okay, let's move on. So the last one we've got here, guys, 510 King Street East. This is the one I alluded to might be a hair underpriced. I stole that from a movie. I can't remember what. Maybe it was something Zach Morris did on Saved by the Bell. So we'll take a wide angle here because I want to give you an idea of where this is, obviously. So St. Lawrence Market here as your reference. We've got King and Jarvis here. And we go through prime St. Lawrence Market, kind of past Parliament and down into Corktown. So Corktown's a cool area. It's not up and coming. It's already came up, I guess. But there's a decent amount of infrastructure here. And these buildings, let me show you. This is 510 King. You have over here 52 Sumac. You have 549 King and then 569 King. 4 buildings, all part of effectively the same, do you want to call it complex, built by Streetcar Developments. This thing, I'm going to cheat. It's not really cheating. I don't know it off by hand. This was built in 2012, 192 units. So the problem with this one is pricing, because this is a soft loft, and soft lofts are hot. Okay? That's the lobby. Who takes a photo of an elevator? Seriously. What is the point of taking a photo of the elevator? Okay, so here's the unit. Super high ceilings. For those of you that don't love the appliance wall, look, they've put a table there. It kind of doubles as dining room and prep space. Great. Look at the size of the living. Now, part of it is ceiling height. It's 11-foot ceilings, polished concrete floors. And where's dining? Oh, are you kidding me? Now think back to that table that I said I would never sit at because of the uncomfortable chairs, and now compare it to this. They're both listed at $499. That one has an offer on it tonight, which is a bully. That's a 4-person table, but it's also, in case you aren't playing along at home, the the island I mentioned. I thought I was being funny. Maybe I wasn't. Anyways, look, you could push this thing back. In all seriousness, look, this is dead space to me. So if you really, really, really wanted to have both an island and a dining room table, it can be done. Just get rid of this. But either way, when I see this photo here, comparing it to that first one at Queens Quay, which was all angular and awful, comparing it to the one I just mentioned at the Icon, which had that silly little 4-person table. Look at the size of this space with 11-foot ceilings, wide open concept. Oh my gosh, there's foliage, there's a tree, and there's 140 square foot outdoor space, and they're priced the same. That's nuts. Look at this. It's fantastic. It's not going to sell for $499. So yes, I will show you a comp. Just let me get through the rest of these photos, and hopefully there won't be one of an elevator. Bedroom has no window, in case that wasn't obvious. There's no light here. I hate showering in the dark. You know, you can run that, like literally, you can have an electrician fish this through for probably $100. Okay, so there's the gym. And there's some really, really, really uncomfortable furniture. And could have taken could have taken this off. I'm just saying. Okay, there we go. So, right, let's look at the comp. So here we've got, oh my, 620,000. Wow, okay. So this sold in April. And it is a very similar model, but it has a parking space. No problem, right? So what have we got? We've got 7th floor, south facing. Now south facing means you're out over the street, and you're gonna tell me that south facing is always better because it's south. This is facing north and it looks out at the trees. I'd rather have that. I'd rather look out at the trees from the 2nd floor, spat on myself, excuse me, look at the trees from the 2nd floor, there's no riffraff going on behind the building, than be looking out over the power lines and the streetcar. So that was 620,000. Subtract 40 for parking, you're at 580. Yeah, I think it's underpriced. But this is also 655 square feet. Look, 655 square feet. It was 10-foot ceilings. I thought it was 11. I swear it's 11. 2nd floor at 510 King Street. I thought it was 11. It's priced at $769 a square. So if this is priced at $769 a square, and all that other stuff we've looked at is in the $850s per square, obviously it's underpriced. So, folks, that's the last listing for today. I left this for last, well, in part because they're just in order, but let me put it this way. It's best that this is last because this disappoints the most. Wait a minute, that's so negative. Look, this is $499 list, and it's gonna sell for a number. But you have to realize in this market, if you're looking at the $499 entry-level condos, we've got a huge mix here. Now let me go back to my results. 208 Queens Quay, it's offers any time, and it's a piece of crap, right? Let's be honest. 250 Wellington, the comps tell me this is priced right at $499. They've got an offer date and a bully offer. 1369 Bloor, incredible floor plan, incredible value, $499, offers any time, great. 50 East Liberty. I mean, they're just baiting you at this price, $499, for a townhouse in Liberty Village with a terrace. And then La Piste de la Resistance, I don't know if that's correct or if I pronounced it accurately, is a loft where the comparable unit sold for $620 with parking, and it's $499 months later. Welcome to the market, folks. There's a lot of interpreting the prices here. You can't just look at 5 condos that are all priced at the same thing and try to draw an inference. There's so many variables, as I said at the onset. What are they doing with offers? Is there parking? Is there outdoor space? I don't pick that because it's my bias. I pick it because in these units here, there's some great outdoor spaces here, and then there's ones that have absolutely no outdoor space. Now, which way is it facing? Is it 17th floor with a great view? Is it a waterfront condo, not facing the water, but rather facing the Gardner? Is it facing north, looking at a tree from the 2nd floor? Or is it facing south from the 2nd floor, but overlooking power lines and the streetcar? Tons of variables. That's the moral of the story. And, well, I hope you learned something. If you're looking for an entry-level condo, this is kind of where you're going to be starting. Anyways, guys, definitely went overtime this week, but it is the first week back, and I'm super excited. So any questions, you guys know where to reach me. Happy hunting, happy selling. Everybody, so good to be back. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.